Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of DesignTech. And in today's episode, we are going to be upgrading to dark steel armor, I think. I've been doing some work between episodes, and I actually recorded another episode in which we basically decked out this room, got a whole bunch of automated auto crafting going using applied energistics. Basically, all of our ores, as we get them, will be sent in here to be converted into their various things. So like here you can see we've got our iron ore being sucked in, turned into iron ingots, and then sent right back into the ME system. We've got some open stuff here for on-demand crafting. We've got all sorts of really good stuff here. And then the footage was corrupted and completely unusable. And yeah, it was a little frustrating, to say the least. But it's all good. It's all good. This is all set up. It's all good to go. Basically, all of our various ores that come into our ME system. Well, I shouldn't say all of them. The vast majority of our various ores. I didn't do it for stuff like malachite or some of the really rare stuff like shiny, for example. But all of our major ores, coal, iron, copper, etc., go into here and get automatically processed and turned into something usable instead of just the ore itself. We also have some auto crafting set up over here for molecular assemblers if I want to be able to craft certain items on demand. And I kind of cleaned up this a little bit as well. These cables were kind of running all over the place. I decided to start moving my cables underground so I can still kind of get around down here, which I think is really kind of an important thing. So yeah, that's all good. Now, what I want to do in today's episode is I want to go ahead and start making myself some dark steel armor. And there's a few ways that we can do this. Looks like we actually already have the boats, or the boats. We already have the boots, I should say. But we'll make the rest of the set. Now, this thing, these are kind of unique in that essentially, when you first get them, they're kind of useless. they're really kind of useless, but last much longer than a vanilla anvil. That's almost tempting, but I think we'll just go with the vanilla anvil for the time being. Let's just make a couple stacks of iron blocks. It's not like I'm lacking iron, and I'll just make a couple of anvils. Now, basically, as I was saying, when you first get them, they're really not that great. Like, if I take this off and put this armor on, you can see I don't even have full protection at the moment. I'm not even fully protected. However, once you start upgrading them a bit, that's when they start to get really good, and we'll see that in just a minute here. Let's just kind of do a little bit of that. There we go. Now, there's various items and upgrades for all of these. So if you hover over the item and hold shift, it'll tell you what you need to add to give it good stuff. So, for example, I want all of them to be empowered. That's really kind of important because that's what really makes them, good. And to empower them, I need a vibrant crystal. So, vibrant crystals, emeralds surrounded by vibrant alloy nuggets. Okay. So, let's go ahead and make just a whole bunch of these. We'll just make as many as we can. We're going to need more than that, aren't we? Let's just make a few more. Into my inventory. There we go. And okay, there we go. We're up to 34 vibrant crystals. That should be a decent amount. Now, you need experience for all of this as well. So let's grab 10 levels. And we'll go like this. And you can see that empowers it, right? And I can just grab... Oh, I didn't want to grab that many. You can just grab a couple levels at a time, and you can actually... I thought you could keep empowering it. Oh, okay. So actually, to upgrade it again, I need a basic capacitor. Aha. Okay. Well, that's fine. Let's go ahead and upgrade all of these guys. Oh, I need more levels, don't I? Let's grab 20 levels. There we go. No? I have levels. Why you no work? Vibrant crystal. There we go. Maybe you have to put one in at a time, I guess? Okay, that's a little interesting. Whatever, that's fine. So we've got all 4 of these guys empowered now. And then it looks like to upgrade them again, we're going to need some other things. And as you empower them more and give them better upgrades, you will essentially unlock more upgrades. So for example, the boots did not have the jump upgrade available, which you get for throwing a piston on there. Let's grab a couple pistons. But now that we've empowered it once, it does. And then that will do useful things for us. So we go like that, we go like this, and there we go. Now it has the jump upgrade. And then I can put jump 2 on it with another 5 levels. So, like so. There we go. Now it has jump 2. And then jump 3 would be another piston, and then it has jump 3. And what that allows us to do is actually it allows us to triple jump, which is pretty awesome. There's some other upgrades and things like that as well. Speed, potions of swift, there's all sorts of stuff. So let me get a few things together so we can get some of these upgrades put on, and I'll come back to you in just a minute. Alright guys, I am back, and I am decked out with everything that I think I'm going to put on these things for now. Let's just go ahead and clean up after ourselves here. There we go. And we'll put the rest of this all away back into our ME system. So let's try these things out. Let's take that off. And you can see I can run much faster now. I can actually double jump and triple jump, which is pretty good. I want to see, let's do that. There we go. I can jump 3 blocks tall, I believe. Right? Oh, nope. But I can triple jump, so that doesn't really make a difference. I can glide somehow. I'm not sure exactly how to do that. If I put on my angel ring, it doesn't appear that I move. Yeah, it doesn't appear that the speed upgrade affects me when I'm flying with the angel ring, which is a little sad, but I guess that's okay. We can always whip out the jetpack if we need to. But either way, this is really good, really, really good armor. This is the best armor in the mod pack, without a doubt. And there's still some upgrades that I didn't put on it because I didn't need to. Like the apiarist stuff, for example, which would be if we ever get into bees. Some of the stuff that would be kind of cool, we might put it on there eventually, but for now we just don't need it. I wanted to get some of the essential stuff out of the way, though, so this will let us run around a lot faster. Which is always good. Now, the next thing I want to do in today's episode is I would really like to set up more of these guys, these crafting storage CPUs, and I would like to automate our production of the various circuitry and things like that required for applied energistics. So, I've done a couple things. One thing we need to do is I need to make myself a P2p Tunnel, which is this right here. And I'm completely out of Fluix crystals. Okay. Okay, well, I'll make some more. Let's just grab like 5 stacks of redstone. And then, let's see, it's 5 stacks of quartz. Like so. And 5 stacks of charged Certus quartz. There we go. And I just want to see, P2p, can I just use... Yeah, I can use pure ones for this. Okay, good. So, let me go get those, let me go get these made, and I'll come back to you in a sec. Alright guys, I am back. So, I've got 2 P2p tunnels made, and then the next thing I want to do is I want to make, I've already got some dense cables made here. I want to take some of these covered cables and turn them into blue covered cables. These function just like regular cables, like these regular plain old Fluix ones, the glass cables, but they're just a different color and they won't actually connect to any other colors. So the reason we're going to do this is because I want to run this thing down and I want to differentiate to myself that this blue cable is the cable that goes way over there, because that's where we're going to set up our automation stuff here. So let's just knock this out. Oh, that's not where I want that to go. Oh, did it just break? Ah, note to self, use a wrench. Okay, fine. Yeah, so we're going to bring this guy all the way down over here. And then we'll set up a P2p tunnel so that we still have 32 channels to work with at the other end. And I'll just bring it to right there for now. That's fine. Okay. And then I guess I'll just come up like right here. There we go. Now, as far as the channels go, here's how we're going to do it. We're going to put a P2p tunnel right here. And then I'll just do this, okay? So this thing is hooked up. And it's connected right here, which is good. And then we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a memory card right here. And the way that this will work is we will store this information. Oh, there we go. Shift right click to store the settings. And then we put down our other P2p tunnel down at the other end, way over there. What's going to happen is it's going to load as if it were right here. And since this is on something that has 32 channels, we'll have 32 channels to work with over at the other end, which is super, super useful. So that tunnel comes out right here. This is where it ends. So we're going to go a few more blocks this way, I think. And let's just tear up all of this stuff in between just to kind of get it out of the way. And then we need to figure out how we're going to, well, we need to figure out a few things. We need to figure out where we're going to automate our stuff and how we're going to automate our stuff. And I'm thinking maybe back here we'll just have a room where we have all of our crafting CPUs and perhaps all of our other stuff as well, our just our applied energistics crafting, if you will. So let me clear out a bit of a space here, and I'll come back to you in just a second. Alright guys, I am back. So we've got a little factory room over here. It's not much to look at right now. In fact, there's really no way to actually get here other than this tunnel right here, which is really just kind of an access tunnel. We may eventually connect this up to something else. Pretty much right above us is that room where we have our cobble works. So we might do something with this at some point in the future. But for now, I think this is probably going to be the way that we go. So, few things that we need to set up. First and foremost, let's go ahead and bring this guy up. And let's put a P2p tunnel right here and load those settings. So now I could run a dense cable here and it would have 32 channels on it, which is good. And then I should... I'll figure something out. I'll figure some way to store, like, what goes where. Actually, do I have an item frame by any chance? No. Do I have a label? I do. That will work. We will just put a label right here. Actually, not right there. We'll put a label right up here. And then I will shift and put that guy in there, just so I know that that's the memory card for this P2p tunnel. And I know that it's the blue one because the blue goes over there, and we did the other thing in blue. Okay, cool. So that's awesome. Now, let's take a look and see. We have... Well, we've got a lot of stuff that we need to hook up here. So first of all, let's look at these crafting storage guys. And I've got enough here for, let's see, there's 4 of them. So let's see how we want to space these. We could put all of them right here. And that would work. So let's go like this, and we'll just dig these back 2, like so. And we'll go, this can be filled in. We'll go like that. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll put those there. And then I'm actually going to come over here and grab these 2 as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll actually put all of them on that wall. And eventually, I think I'll have room for 1. Oh, but if I do that, they're going to become, yeah, they're multi-blocks. So actually, if I do that, I suppose I could put the other 2 right here. So we'd go like that. There we go. And that will give me quite a few of these guys to play around with. Right? So we've got now 6 crafting CPUs. So that's good. And I suppose I could figure out, do I want... I really kind of want those coming off the dense cable. So let's figure out where we want to hook those up. I mean, then again, if this is the only thing that's going to be running off of this P2p tunnel, well, let me figure this out. Let me see what I want to do, and I'll come back to you in just a second. All right, guys, I am back. So this is what I decided to do. So this glass cable, then there's going to be a wall here. This glass cable comes through and opens up into the P2p tunnel right here. This dense cable runs all the way around the outside of the room, right above this top layer of concrete. And then I ran a separate blue cable down here to hook up these crafting CPUs. So it should work pretty well. We should have all the channels that we need. I think we're using 6 right now off of this dense cable, as you can see. And these this should only be using 1 as of right this very second. So that's all good. Now, we do need to kind of fill in little bits of this. There's something... Oh, I'm not going to be able to fill that in, am I? That's okay. I'll deal with that later. I'm not too worried about it. This hallway as a whole, I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it whatsoever. But next step would be to start getting some of this other, some of these things in place, like our inscribers and all that kind of stuff. So let me get some stuff together for that, guys, and I'll come back to you in just a sec. All right, guys, I am back. So I've got it all figured out. It is all up and running, and it all works flawlessly. So let me show you how it works. We've got our crystal growth chamber chilling over here. Why you only have 9,000 AE? You should have more than that. This thing should be at full power. I don't know why it's not. That concerns me a little bit. But anyway, I'll show you how it works, and then I'll check. Maybe my reactor's not putting out enough power to keep up with everything? I don't know. I'll look in a little bit here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bet that's what it is. I bet. Okay, let me go check on my reactor. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Reactor is good. Still not sure why this thing only has 9,000 AE. Might be some sort of something that I'm not considering. But this right here is essentially the power line, so I don't know why. But either way, it's fine. So what we've got is on each of these inscribers, we have an ME interface, which I figured out has to face downwards in order for this to work properly. So I've got all of these ME interfaces facing down to the advanced inscribers, and then in 4 of the advanced inscribers, I have their press, for each of the things that you need the presses for. And then in the back, I have an Ender IO item conduit with an item filter in it so that it only takes out whatever gets pressed, right? So if I put silicon in here, it'll show up, it'll press into printed silicon, and then this item conduit will take it and put it back into the ME system. Over here, I've got nothing in each of these, but I still have my logic processors, or I still have my item filters for each of the things, and then the corresponding recipe is up here. So in theory, I should be able to order any of the things that I need, and it should work. So let's go ahead and try this thing out. I put a crafting terminal right here. Let's go ahead and try and craft 10 engineering processors. It has all the things. There we go. And we should see it spitting them out right here. And that seems to be working. And good. Good. I also have this thing wired so that it will take either regular... Basically, it can craft the pure Certus quartz or the pure Fluix crystal, and I have it. I have the item filter wired up so that it will take out either of those two items. So I think, okay, but I need to craft the seeds manually. It seems, but that's okay. I can worry about that later. But I'm confident it'll work. It's the same system all around, and then we've got our crafting CPUs in the walls here. So basically, I can now order on demand any of the components that you need the presses for, and I can send stuff to here as well, and it should all be good. So yeah. Now, as far as the wiring in the back, let's just go take a look at that one more time. We've got our main dense cable that runs all the way around this room. We have room right here to put more stuff if we want. I'm thinking maybe eventually I'll rewire this a little bit for more crafting CPUs. We could put some here, and then do the same on this wall, so this whole wall would be crafting CPUs as well. Just for down the road, there's room for expansion should I choose to make use of it. But yeah, dense ME cable runs all the way around, and then each of these machines hooks up to it. So that's basically it. And then down at the bottom, I'm not sure if this ME interface transfers power. I think it does, but I originally had this wired in such a way that I think... Well, let's try this. I originally had this wired where the ME interface was up here, so this power line down here was actually needed. This is the diamond one. Let's give that guy a try and just see if I can get rid of those power conduits real quick. So let's go engineering. Let's make 10. Available. Oh, so it can... Oh. I didn't know it worked that way. Yeah, but that thing quickly runs out of power. So it looks like the interface is not capable of transferring power, unfortunately. So I do still need those. That's too bad. But I did not know that I could do... that it could craft stuff automatically if you already have the crafting components. That's super, super useful. That means it would probably be in my best interest to make some of those seeds as a recipe, the Fluix and the Certus quartz seeds, and put them into our molecular assemblers over here so that I can just summon the pure Certus quartz and stuff as needed. So I think that is good. We've got a lot done. Unfortunately, all of this was done in an episode that will never see the light of day because the footage was lost, which makes me very sad. But between that and this, we have made some pretty significant progress with our with our ME system. So I'm pretty cool with it. And I don't think I actually need to go down there anymore. Maybe I do. Maybe I'll get there eventually. But guys, I think that is going to do it for this episode. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.